Okay, let's be completely honest. Getting in shape is not just about forcing yourself to a workout you hate. And here's the truth you need to hear. Your dream body will not give you real confidence if you ruin your mental health and energy to get there. I want to share a complete guide to elevate your health and get your dream body without losing yourself in an effective and sustainable way to benefit of everything that working out will bring to your life. Hello there, I'm Violet. I'm a medical student and I'm a former competitive tennis player. Right now I'm also training for a half marathon. Even in med school with my busy life, I make a priority to work out 5 times a week. And it's because I will always make my health and well-being a priority. Today I'm giving you the exact no-nonsense, science-based glow-up guide to actually achieve your dream body and elevate your health. Let me tell you something. We will skip the toxic nonsense TikTok kind of advice. I will share the habits, the mindset, the recovery secrets and workout routine that allows me to go from this to this. So if you're ready for a total body and mindset glow up using science, grab your notes and let's start. Consistency. But how do you actually stay consistent? To never quit again is simple. You have to stop focusing on the future end result and think about how you will feel right after your workout. How confident, light, energized, strong you will feel right after your workout. No matter what certain fitness challenges on your For You page promise you, toned abs do not come in 1 month. But what does come is better sleep, more confidence, and more endorphins that will elevate your mood. You will have more energy, clear skin, lots of benefits that has nothing to do with actually getting a toned stomach, honestly. And the results will come if you are patient, if you are consistent, and if you actually fall in love with working out. The results will come. We just have to get there by shifting the focus on what actually exercising will give you every day and not for 6 months from now. So unfortunately, if you only work out to shrink yourself, to fit in a smaller dress, you will burn out soon and you will not get the results that you hope, because starving is not an option to actually achieve your goals, or doing the most exhausting cardio ever will not get you there. You need to feel your body properly, and you do not have to work out to be smaller, to not take a space. As a woman, most of all, you need to work out to feel stronger, to feel more confident in your own body, to love your body as much as possible. That's the reason for which you have to work out, not to shrink yourself. And honestly, shrinking yourself, starving yourself, doing endless cardio will reach burnout so quickly that you will end up hating exercising or quitting altogether. Here is a bit of a side story. So when I started in medical school, I actually stopped playing tennis and I became much more sedentary, of course. I was going through a very tough period mentally. What I did realize is that the moment I shifted from, oh my God, I have to get back in shape again. I don't like my body. I hate my body. I'm not toned. I had an amazing physique and now I don't like myself. What happened to me? And so on. So when I shifted from actually hating my body because I had changed and wanting to shrink myself, wanting to lose fat, like I was obsessed on counting calories. And once I shifted from, oh my God, every time I go to the gym, I am getting stronger. I am feeling such like a high after my workouts because I was feeling so relieved, so happy, so energized. The moment I decided that was my focus is the moment that working out became just a definitive part of my life. You do not need to work out 7 times a week. You need a smart and balanced routine. This is what worked for me, but of course remember that everyone is different. First up, you have cardio, so you only need 2 days a week and you do not need to sprint until you pass out. The secret is a zone 2 cardio. This is a steady, moderate pace where your heart rate is elevated, but you can still comfortably hold a conversation. Think like a brisk power walk or just a medium-paced walk. 1 or 2 days a week for Pilates or power yoga, and of course keeping our steps up at least 7k steps every single day, also on your 2 active recovery days. This is just for reference. Remember that the best workout is the one that you can be consistent in. We shall settle a massive debate. So, strength training versus Pilates. Now, I love Pilates for core stability and also flexibility, but here's the hard truth. The Pilates body, and it was something that like went viral like some month ago, I think, where people were actually saying that the Pilates body does not exist. Because I think that if your goal is to look toned and fit, Pilates alone will not get you there. I think if you're doing like reformer Pilates, even if it's extremely expensive, maybe, yeah, but I'm not too informed on reformer Pilates, honestly. But Pilates alone, the video you find online, or just, doing some ankle weights of 1 pound, and it will not get you there. Pilates is amazing, but I think if you want that look, you need to combine that with strength training. In fact, to get that toned look, you have to build muscle and drop body fat. Now, the most effective way to build muscle is through resisting, meaning weightlifting, strength training. Pilates simply cannot overload your muscle the way weights do. I would say a solid 70% comes from your diet. Of course, you want to eat in order to allow your body to actually build muscle, and lose body fat, but you cannot go to under your ideal calorie intake for the day, or of course overboard. So we need to find a balance. You can easily calculate your ideal calorie intake for the day in this official medical website that will live right here. If you want to lose body fat and build muscle, you need to stay in a slight calorie deficit, focusing on high protein. I think the key here is, yes, you need to stay in a slight calorie deficit, but what you eat is what matters. Like 800 calories of a burger and 800 calories of a salad with nuts, with chicken, with brown rice will not give you the same benefits. You have to think about all the micronutrients that you have, all the vitamins and antioxidant properties maybe of the food that you're eating, or so many properties that you can all just find in whole foods. So if you focus on the ingredients much more than the calories, you will find better results. I personally do not track calories. I do track my protein intake every day. I aim for 110 grams of protein, but that also depends on of course, on the progress you want to make, but also on how much you work out, and of course on your body weight. Calorie triggers you. Please do not go back on counting calories. I like that will be the last thing that I possibly can advise. I just suggest that you can just see how many proteins you would actually need. That would be like a very good one. So you can just track your protein intake, make sure the rest of the food is very whole foods, and you can build the plate using this method. So I build my plate starting from my protein source. That can be chicken, lean protein, so chicken, turkey, even steak sometimes. Fish is amazing. Fish is I think it's the most amazing food you can eat, probably. Be mindful that the fish, of course, like tuna, has lots of mercury, so you need a little, a smaller fish. But anyway, of course, also if you're vegan, tofu is a great one, and legumes, eggs, Greek yogurts, of course, also. But you have your protein source, and from that you build your own plate. So you have 1/4 that will be your carbohydrates. You need carbohydrates for a correct brain function. That's essential. Do not cut your carbohydrates, please. All the rest I will just put as veggies. Do not be afraid on the carbohydrates of fruit and veggies, please. And because they're essential for you, so all the veggies, and of course then I just add some olive oil, or you can also add some avocado, because healthy fats are essential for hormonal health, and you do not want to skip on that, because glowy skin, not having mood swing, a regular period, is all also based on is your diet, of course, right? So that's what I want to say. As for diet, I'm not a dietitian, of course, so please be mindful of any advice you find on the internet. This is very general, and I'm just of course telling you that eating healthy will be the main catalyzer for your body transformation. Recovery is something that is a non-negotiable if you want to see results. You have to see it as part of your workout routine. Nothing in the world as beneficial as sleeping. Aim for quality sleep. So what does it mean? 1 hour before your bedtime, do not go on your phone. Why? Because the blue light from your screen actually stops in the epiphysis melatonin production, which is the hormone that will allow you to go to sleep. Maybe do not eat a large meal 2 hours before your bedtime. Make your room very dark. Maybe keep a low temperature so that you will help yourself go to sleep quicker. And if you are struggling to go to sleep, I would not suggest to supplement with melatonin. Honestly, I supplement with magnesium biglycinate, and I find that it's much more beneficial than melatonin, which is like more for jet lag, let's say, but unless of course your doctor told you so. But I want to make a video on sleeping because on sleeping hacks and maximizing your sleep, because I suffered from chronic insomnia. I was actually I went to see a doctor, was with a neurologist, but anyway, I know a thing or two about how incredibly how hard it is when you cannot sleep. So I want to make a video on that. But anyway, focus on getting quality sleep now. Maybe that you are on summer break, you have less responsibility, and it will be much easier. Apart from that, of course, there are so many supplements. Do not overgo on supplements, all right? If you're 20, let's say, from maybe you're in high school or university, I don't think you need to focus for long hours
and avoid
unless
burnout.
you have some condition or your blood work indicates that you are deficient in something. Do not take supplements because they are pretty and influencer can sell you anything. I'm just suggesting you some supplements which are very common. Of course, as we said, magnesium biglycinate is the one I take before sleep. It's amazing for muscle recovery, so it will help you also avoid cramps. Sleep much better when I take magnesium. Vitamin D, of course, omega-3 and omega-6, so for your brain function, joint health. So these are just the essential your body actually needs to recover. In recovery, let's talk about stretching and active recovery. I take 1 day to 2 days every week for active recovery. What I mean by that is every day I just keep I don't get actually 10k steps. It depends, because if I go to a run, then I honestly just get 5k of steps because I already run in the morning. But anyway, so active recovery can be, of course, taking a walk outside, aiming for at least 8k steps. I am going back to doing yoga and I love it. I think it's one of the most amazing mindful practice a person can do. I don't know how much I would suggest it as stretching, routine, because honestly there is a lot of flexibility needed. So right after, I never do it after a strength training session, also because my muscle cannot do it. I do yoga right when I wake up. I aim to do it 3 times a week, and once I was much more consistent, I was really into yoga, but right now I do it 3 times a week in the morning. And I think that you can do just yoga and really nice walk in the days that you are resting. That's just for advice, but do not underestimate yoga. If you do it in a especially a vinyasa flow, it can be challenging. Your tricep will feel it. So yoga is amazing, highly suggested. Now that you have your workout split, we need to talk about the mindset shift will help you to be consistent. Just like I said earlier, you have to stop exercising just for the future reflection in the mirror and start focusing on how it makes you feel today. As a medical student, I love looking at what actually works. Harvard research recently proved that regular exercises acts like a massive biological upgrade for your brain. It immediately drops your stress hormones like cortisol, pump up your endorphins, and literally sharpen your focus and memory for hours after you finish. When you have a massive exam coming up, or you want to feel inspired again, you're feeling sluggish, maybe you're feeling uninspired, or you're feeling that your confidence is non-existent. Working out is not, you cannot see it as a chore, right? You have to see it as a way to get there, a way to elevate your mood, to feel fantastic again, to feel good in your body. So you have to see it as your sort of secret weapon for your mood, honestly. Just also to stay calmer. It depends on the type of exercise you choose, of course. But I see it as my weapon to regulate my mood. So focus on the instant brain boost every morning, and the physical result will follow naturally as a side effect. Trust me, you want a body that can power through a 12-hour study session, an active lifestyle, and whatever goal you set for yourself. Build muscle, fuel your body, take up space. Treat your body with love. Treat it as an asset and not an apology. And trust me that everything will just change and shift. I really hope that you liked this video, and I hope it gave you the motivation not just to start working out, but to treat yourself in a different way and realize how much is in your power to change your life, and you deserve all the best. So I will see you very soon in a brand new video. Bye.